This is Alec. I'm here with Jason, and we're going to be walking through his fix and flip for a fire damaged house. This house is cool because he actually bought it from me. I wholesaled it to him.
So I bought this house June 2022. Now I've owned it for a couple months, just about through demo, getting ready to take it to the next level.
How much money would you say like you put into it so far at this point?
Now I'm all into it about $335,000. The next step is to get the block finished and then do a new roof, and then it's off to the interior.
I got this house under contract through a cold call, and I got it under contract for $300,000, and then Jason bought it from me for $317. Hopefully, when it's done, what would you say it's going to be worth? Maybe
it'll be in the sevens.
Like
low sevens.
Hopefully low
to mid
sevens. So it'll be a nice little flip. Before we walk in, I'm going to put some pictures of what it looked like before. And then when we walk in, you'll see what it looks like now, because even though it needs a lot of work now, it's a completely different house.
Yeah, you guys will see.
Okay.
Check it out. You know, after you wholesaled to me, I immediately started the demo, started the renovation on the place. There was a wall right here, took this wall down. There's another wall over there, took that wall down.
This was like a little like closet utility area. I think there was like some burned down bikes here. And then was this like a utility room?
Yeah, so this was the laundry was over here on the end, and this room, they really use this as storage. So all the storage that was in here, they had leftover bikes. They had all kinds of boats. I mean, we are on the water here, so there's a lot of water.
Yeah, we'll show you guys the water. It
Yep.
looks so nice. But you can see the piping for the laundry machine there. So this is going to be the new master?
Yep, so you're looking at the new primary bedroom. So once this is all complete, wall's going to be brought out to here. It's going to be a nice full bedroom, walk-in shower, vanity, and then a private toilet off to the side.
So you bought this house as a 2-1 for me, right?
Correct.
And then now you're turning into a 3-2 with this additional...
Exactly. So now that this was one storage, I'm converting it to living space. So it's going to go from what was once a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom to now a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom.
That's value add. And then how many dumpsters did you get?
We're going on to, this is the 5th dumpster.
That's the 5th dumpster? Holy.
Yeah. And we've been buying 40-yard dumpsters, 30, like these are the biggest dumpsters available.
How much money have you spent on just like dumpsters so
Dumpsters
far?
alone, we're probably into it about $4,000.
This is what the house actually looks like inside. This is the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Right here.
So I'll give you some story on how I'm laying it out. So there once was a wall that was right here for the kitchen. I took this wall down because my whole thought process is now in modern living, we all want bigger kitchens. We want a lot more updated appliances. So I'm just allowing more space by taking this wall down. So what I'm doing now is we're gonna have the stove right here centered on this wall. Fridge is going to be here, and we're going to put a 10-foot island that runs all the way across.
Oh, you're
gonna
put a big island here? So the stove, fridge, and then all like the utilities are over there?
Exactly, and then the sink with a dishwasher right here inside the island.
So it's going to be like an open concept kitchen. Okay, gotcha. I mentioned before, but originally this house was a 2-1. So this, it's funny because you can see through the walls. But like this was the first bedroom. And I think this was the master bedroom actually. This was the master.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, they use that in the master. You can see it's a little bit bigger, and then this was the second bedroom.
Guest room
and then over here is the bathroom. You can kind of see the bathtub a little bit all the way in the back. So even with, you said 5 dumpsters.
Yeah.
Even with 5 dumpsters, there's still like a lot more. How much was the roof? Because there's no roof in this house.
Yeah. Yeah, so roof demolition plus the engineering and all the costs behind putting a new roof on, we're looking at about $50,000.
$50,000 for like getting rid of the old roof and putting the new roof on?
With engineering, new trusses. I mean, it's not just a new roof, which typically in renovations, a new roof is you put new shingles down, maybe fix a little patch.
Is the foundation good enough to like hold it, or do you have to redo the foundation?
Yes, great question. So I spoke with my engineer. He actually met us out here several months ago, and he said that because our walls are block walls, all of the structure behind it is excellent. So amazing, huge savings right there. So now all it is just building the trusses that are going to help support the new roof that's going to be
Okay,
going
gotcha.
on.
So even though it was like destroyed in a fire and everything was destroyed, like the foundation is actually solid.
Exactly. Foundation is amazing.
What about like windows and like that? Because all the windows are gone. Like how much is that going to cost?
Yeah,
And,
so the windows, to do a full renovation, I'm still reframing some of them size-wise to know like what's actually going to go inside the windows, but we're looking at about 15,000 to new windows plus the installation that's going into them.
you're probably going to do like hurricane impact.
Yep. Now we're going to walk over to the dining room area.
So this is the dining room over here.
So some of the engineering behind these beams here are still being redone. They're just a bit low for my taste. There's nothing wrong with them. Structurally, they're fine. But aesthetically, practicality-wise, if you have someone who's 6'6", 6'7", it's just going to be a lot more in the way. Originally, I was trying to figure out what exactly I should use this space for. But to me, it's just the most fitting for a dining room, only because it's a nice size area. It's large enough. It's got a lot of windows. Can't really put a TV when you have windows in the way. But for a dining room specifically, that has a nice, very open, very airy feel to it.
Yeah, I can
And it
see
could fit
it.
a nice big table for people who are going to come in and enjoy their family. It's perfect.
It's so weird seeing like a tree like
I
in
know,
the
right?
house.
The
'cause
tree's
there's
literally
no, like,
hanging. Look
roof.
at this shit,
The tree's like literally hanging there.
So we recently had a hurricane, and this is some of the aftermath.
We're in Hollywood, Florida, which is near like Fort Lauderdale. Luckily, it didn't hit too badly here. What is this room over here?
So what we're doing over here is very similar to this. This whole beam and post, this is going to be removed because I really want this space to feel completely open. And I know you guys can't get the feeling on camera, but it's incredibly breezy right here. And
Yeah, there's a nice breeze here. I didn't
it's
expect
amazing.
that.
And the goal with it is to do an accordion window door. So picture this as a door that just opens and closes for someone to
Like a
walk
sliding
out.
glass door?
No, so just a regular door that opens, a glass door.
Okay.
It opens. And these are 3 panels that fold very much like a closet door, right? So it's an accordion. So when they open up, they're all closed right here, and then this one is open like a regular door right here. So now you have a large walkway, and there's going to be a deck out here, so you can take it and stand right out there on the water.
So you're gonna build a whole deck here? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then are you doing like a boat dock out here as well?
Exactly. So the deck will take you all the way out to the boat dock. So right now, if you could see that, this concrete, that's actually what the boat dock is.
Okay.
But the deck that I'm doing is going to extend out to that same distance.
Okay.
And then there's just going to be a little opening in a gate where someone can walk out to onto the boat. And take
Oh,
it
that's
out
gonna
to
be
the
cool.
water.
And then this is ocean access, right?
Yep, and this is ocean access. Take this right here over out to the intercoastal.
That's crazy. Are you fixing it to flip? Because this is a big project.
It is. It's a really big. This is probably the biggest undertaking of a project I've done so far.
It's crazy.
But the goal for me here is to just turn this into a rental. I think it's going to do fantastic.
Are you gonna do a short-term or like long-term rental?
It's going to be actually a medium-term rental.
Medium, okay.
Yeah, so short-term is like 3-day bookings, 1-week bookings.
Sure.
Long-term is a year booking. This is like 2-month bookings.
Okay.
3 months.
So what's
bookings.
like the avatar usually with like a 2-month booking? Because like a short term would be somebody coming to like Fort Lauderdale to
Exactly.
vacation.
Sure.
Long term is somebody living here. Like what's a short term or medium term like avatar?
Yeah, so the whole thing with medium term is that you have less turnover. And with less turnover, there's less day-to-day operations.
Sure.
There's less cleaning. There's a lot less materials having to buy for products. There's less turnover for beds.
Yeah.
Having someone that's medium term, who's like a 1-month stay, a 2-month stay, it actually provides an equal, if not better, cash flow than short term. But it helps, and the reason why is because it alleviates all those daily costs that you're
The
constantly
daily
paying out.
cleaning.
Exactly, the daily
And then you
cleaning.
don't have like those daily vacancies where you have a short
There
term
you
and
go.
you don't have a booking on Thursday.
There you go.
know, you're not.
And then you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I maximize these 2 days? Okay, how do I maximize these 3 days?
Yeah.
I'm getting 2-month bookings, so I don't got to worry
Interesting.
about another month from now.
Yeah.
You know, so you can have a much more efficient booking process.
Okay.
And then anything in between, like let's say there's a 1 week between, maybe
Yeah.
then you'd post it on a short term. Another really big medium term rental is travel nurses.
Okay,
Yeah,
I've heard
travel
about
nurses
travel
is another really
nurses.
big
Yeah.
medium term because they come for short periods, but they're sometimes long. They could be here a month, 2 months,
Yeah.
and they need places to stay. Now, this isn't necessarily travel nurse kind of place because they're working ridiculous
Yeah, they can't
hours.
really enjoy
Exactly, there's nothing for them
this.
to enjoy,
Yeah.
but that's just another example of someone who does medium.
Yeah. With this plant.
So this plant is funny. So during all this demo, we have this one plant, And for me, I always feel it's almost kind of metaphoric because in all this debris and all this destruction and demo, you have this one living, beautiful plant. And if you look around, it's literally the only one like it. You know?
Yeah, there's
So
no other ones.
for me, I mean, it's symbolic for what this house is going to eventually
It's
become.
like the
you know?
first life in like after like a
Yeah, exactly.
like a nuclear
it's
war.
like apocalyptic, and then you have this
the first like sign of life. It's like, wow, life is coming back. The house was really sad. The cellars, it burned down. It was like a toaster oven that burned down, and the whole house just went in a blaze, and nothing was.
So some backstory on the toaster oven that I found out. So for the longest, I always question like, how does a toaster oven get a couch on fire? Because that was a story.
Yeah.
Well, the word on the street is these people were longtime meth dealers, so they were actually cooking meth in the toaster oven. So the reason why the toaster oven caught fire next to the sofa is because they were on the sofa cooking meth.
What?
And then it tipped over. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's like you think you know somebody.
Seriously,
What
that's what it turned out. So I found out from the neighbors right here, these people used to have so many dealings that the FBI usually sit out there in their cars. Because this is what the neighbors told me, because these neighbors have been here forever. They said that they'd literally be waiting out there in their car to try to bust these guys on dealings that they used to do. So I think they laid low for a long time, eventually got back into the business, according to what the neighbors were saying. They started cooking meth inside the house burned down.
Bro, my mind is blown, dude. I had so much rapport with these sellers. I had no idea.
You never know people.
Bro, you don't know people.
You never know people. You never know
Wait,
people.
what?
I found this out like just recently, like a week or two ago.
Bro,
I was
wait,
like,
what?
And it makes so much more sense.
No, that makes total sense, because like the whole time I'm confused. I didn't really ask questions, because I just got the deal under contract, and I'm just like, you know what, like it's a good deal. But man, that's crazy.
Yeah, and the reason why for me it made sense is because for the longest you told me like the toaster oven caught fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess it's possible, but it caught fire next to a sofa? I'm like, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
How do you explain that? But if you're using it for something that's not food, where you normally keep a toaster oven in the kitchen, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, why was it? The toaster oven was in the living room when it caught fire. I'll try to put a video of the toaster oven. This is where the deck is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
What is this that I'm standing on? This is like the side of the roof?
Yeah, so this is like, it's essentially like concrete siding, really. This was the piece that was spanned that whole distance on the front here. So when the demo guys were here, they literally just like pushed it down. They just knocked it over. Right now, this concrete dock is literally the only dock that's existing. Planning to do is I'm gonna remove this. Assuming I don't do concrete here, I'm still going back and forth. I'm gonna do a wood deck, like a 60-foot wood deck from that end that spans all the way down there.
Wow.
So that people, when they walk out here on these doors, they can walk out, and now you have a super long dock,
so you're really going for like when they like see the house and they walk out to see this
exactly
like view.
Exactly.
You're going for like that awe factor where it's like, wow.
Exactly.
Okay.
This right here is the money shot. So imagine you walk in the front door, right? And the first thing you get to see is this wide, expansive view of this shot right here.
Yeah.
This right here is what sells the property. Much of an unobstructed view of that as possible.
Wow.
For the longest, I was trying to figure out what to do for all the planning here. Bro, do you remember there was a shed right there?
Yeah, was this shed destroyed?
Yeah, it was like this. The shed was like this. It was like ready to go. You just had to kick that thing. Yeah, I'm
It was
telling
at
you.
his last limit.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
So what do you do? Because this is a big like spot.
Yeah.
So the sellers had a boat here, and
the boat was here, and then
the boat was right here, and then
really
the shed was
dilapidated
here.
shed.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do with this area? Because this is a lot of space.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out for a while what to do here, but I think the best use, because I have another Airbnb not too far from here.
Okay.
And a question I get a lot is like, do you have a place I can park my boat?
Oh,
Do you
really?
have a really wide parking area? So for the first time, I'll actually be able to say, hopefully, fingers crossed, it really comes down to permitting and what the city comes back with.
Yeah.
I want to do a boat ramp that's poured directly out into the water. So now people can come, literally back their boat right up into the water right here.
So that's a common question. People, especially I guess with houses on the water.
South Florida, near the water, near beaches, people ask a lot about parking. like where can I park my boat? Where can I park my jet skis? I get them regularly.
Yeah, interesting.
So this is just an opportunity for someone not only to park it, now you could actually take it out to the ocean from right here.
Yeah, because it's ocean access.
Yep.
That's sick. So what does a boat ramp look like? Like it just like goes into the
Exactly.
water?
So I'll have to break up this concrete here, but it's going to be concrete as well. But the concrete is poured directly down into the water. So someone just reverse back their boat sits on the water, unhook it, and they're off.
Gotcha.
Another thing as well that's going to be really, really lucrative is I want to come up with an agreement, some partnership, where they have dining on the water. So what I would like to do, part of this boat experience, these boat companies, let's say you don't have a boat, but you want the experience of being on a boat.
Okay.
I'll have a relationship with these boat companies.
Okay.
They'll come out to your backyard, pick you up in your backyard, and take you for a night out on the water.
What? That's
take you
so
to dinner,
cool. So it's
take
like a
you around.
taxi.
Exactly.
That's
Think
so
of it
cool,
like a
yeah.
taxi service. And then when it's done, the end of the night, it's 1 a.m., they drop you right back here in your backyard, and then you're right back
Bro,
inside
that's so
the house.
creative.
Amazing.
It's like Uber.
Exactly. Uber water,
Okay.
yeah.
So what is like the timeline on like a fire damaged house?
Great question. So every house is going to be different. This house is roughly 1,400 square feet. Between the demo, permitting, there's a lot of approvals. The city of Hollywood is not the fastest when it comes to getting stuff
slow
approved.
too.
They're really slow. I would estimate it's going to be about an 8 to 9 month project from purchase to sell. Or well, not sell
8
it,
to
but
9 months.
when the renovation is
Yeah,
complete.
to like maybe like refinance
Exactly,
or like rent it out.
Exactly,
Yeah.
refinance it.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
move on to something
Is there
else.
anything that like you're learning like through, because this is your first fire damage house.
Yes.
So like why did you buy this house first of all? Like why did you like this?
So for me, the really sold me this house is the water. I
Really?
mean, living in South Florida, having a place where you can take your boat out, it's relaxing. Like this will forever be appealing, not to South Florida residents, to vacationers, to everyone.
No,
That was the number one reason why I wanted it. The second reason is because I knew it was going to be lucrative business-wise. It's a great vacation spot. We have people that want to come here year-round. We never have to worry about anything crazy other than hurricanes, you know. But
hopefully not.
But people still want to come, right? People still want to come.
People still come. Yeah.
People still come.
Yeah. And then like, is there anything that you're learning like through renovating your
Yes.
first fire damage house?
Yes.
That like you didn't know about beforehand?
Absolutely. So I think the biggest thing for me is that I've never done a renovation that involved this much demolition.
Really?
That involved this many repairs.
Yeah.
I've never built a dock before. I've
Yeah.
never built a boat ramp before. I've never ripped off an entire roof and put a new roof on it. Right? I mean, like everything is new.
Yeah.
All this is cast iron plumbing from the 1980s, I think
Yeah.
was when this house was built. All is being ripped out. All the
Yeah.
electrical is gone. Everything burned down, right?
Yeah.
Other than this concrete, these walls, that's
Just
it.
just that foundation.
Exactly, the
yeah.
foundation of these walls, that's it. So,
Yeah.
so for the average renovation I was doing before, you know, I was doing a lot of cosmetic stuff. I was doing some big renovations, like tearing out plumbing.
Yeah.
But nothing close to a renovation like this.
And
So for me,
Yeah.
a lot of it is I wanted the experience to do it because this for me is a stepping stone for much bigger renovations that I'm going to be doing
I like
in the
that.
future.
I like that.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about Jason, and I've known Jason for like a year now, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, a year now. And this is also like Jason is one of my cash buyers. So if you're wholesaling, like we're cool. You know what I mean? Like have a
Yeah,
good relationship
of
with your
course.
cash buyers. Jason does like the craziest rehabs, and I'm trying to get him to post more on social media. But he does like these like crazy like luxury rehabs. He's like very like artsy. So the things you're gonna do with this house are gonna be like insane. I'm
Thanks,
so
man.
excited to
I
see
appreciate it. I mean, for me, the design aspect, even though I do the construction side of things, I'll do the contractor side of things, the design is really gets me excited.
Yeah.
You know, like once I get through all this stuff, this is kind of just, it's almost like a hurdle on the way to get to what I really want to get to, which is the design part.
It's just like a stepping stone.
Exactly,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
stepping stone, but
Yeah.
it's something that I know is necessary because this is part of the vision. So for me to get to the design, I have to figure all this out because this affects the design. You know, where the window's placed depends on where the bed is placed. Where the bathroom is placed depends on how I'm going to lay out the rest of the spaces. So
Right.
all of it is just as important. So
Yeah.
I still treat this with just as much respect as I do the design stuff, even though the design is what really gets me the most excited.
Are you gonna like theme the house at all? Like, are you gonna theme it off
Yes,
of like the fire
yes,
damage?
absolutely.
Are you actually?
Absolutely. So I'm actually going to do that. It's actually going to be the first wall when you walk in the front door on the left. I'm going to dedicate that wall to a like a wall of not memory, a wall of
Like the history.
of history.
No, that's
essentially.
so like the history of the house.
The history of the house. So right now, I'm reaching out to the neighbors to find out who has photos of the actual fire that took place, like while it was being burned. If they have a video of it, if they have,
my
if they have
God.
photos of it. Then I'm going to add that with the demolition, add that with the aftermath of what took place, as well as the construction that came about. Because this whole house is going to be dedicated, at least this wall and the design, the aesthetic, is going to be dedicated to that fire.
That's gonna be
because it's very much a
cool.
part of the history.
Yeah. Do you keep anything from the fire that you're gonna like put in the house? Like, on
I
that
did.
wall?
So the
What'd you
toaster
keep?
oven
No way.
that they had, that they were cooking meth in,
No
I'm actually going to put
way.
it inside a like a plexiglass box.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
like
mount
the
it on
Mona
wall.
Lisa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rope it off so you
Yeah.
don't touch it.
Please don't touch.
Exactly.
That's
But
so
yeah,
funny.
that's gonna be like a little memento to the house.
Yeah.
A little homage, I guess you can
Yeah.
call it. As far as the rest of the house, the design is gonna be completely industrial. So raw concrete floors, exposed ductwork, exposed electrical. I feel like, to me, this is gonna be the one house that I do that doesn't feel finished. It feels very raw.
So when you say like open, like you're kind of going for like a warehouse feel with like.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I
like
mean,
a hipstery.
take warehouse and put it in a residential house.
Interesting.
You know,
That's
so
gonna be cool.
typically what you get with a lot of warehouses, people are like, oh, that feels kind of cold. I don't like that. But you really have to think. There's gonna be a lot of wood tones. There's gonna be a lot of elements that make the house feel warm. But the materials, the raw materials,
Yeah.
I want them expressed. So I want expressed structure. I want expressed floors. No baseboard, no stripped down millwork. Everything is just very raw.
Yeah.
And then the furniture, the decoration, what people sit on, what they interact with, that's going to be the warmth that's going to be added to this.
I love the vision. The vision's gonna be good. We'll have to do another video.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe in like December.
Yeah.
Like
This is
no,
like
January.
video one, exactly.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
do like another one like halfway through, and then we'll do like a.
So make
a
sure
finished one,
you
so.
subscribe, comment if you're excited to see what the finished
Yeah,
product looks
it's gonna
like.
be dope.
But yeah, we'll do another video for sure. And then any last advice for any like new real estate people or
Sure.
just like wholesalers,
Sure.
like when they're finding a fire damage house, like do you add on additional numbers like comp? Like any advice with
Yes,
that?
great. So the number one thing, and I think this just applies to real estate in general, you make money when you buy it. So I think for a lot of people, when they're trying to figure out what's a good deal, should I buy this, should I not, whether it's fire damage or not, if you have something that has a really big margin, you have room to make mistakes. For me, I'm going on to my 10th property. I'm a little bit more seasoned now. I know my numbers really well. I've got my crews of people, but there's always elements to a project that come up that are
Yeah.
unforeseen. For instance, I've never done a boat ramp. I've never done a dock.
Yeah, so you're
so
just-
there
you're
are
just
costs,
over-budgeting,
exactly.
yeah.
So everything you overestimate, and then after overestimating, I still have a nice chunk here just in case anything else.
So
takes
you
place.
bought it at a really good price.
Exactly, I bought
so
it at
I
a
guess
great
that was
number.
a good wholesale deal. That
It
gave
was,
you?
man. I'm
Alright.
telling you, that's why. So another reason why you always want to have good relationships with people. So Alec made the money that he wanted, and at no point did I ever want to cut money out of Alec's
Yeah,
pocket.
he gave me full asking price.
I did.
He
I
gave me
did.
full
So
asking price.
where were most of your offers came in at?
So you bought it like probably like a weekend.
A weekend.
Yeah, you bought
After
it
you had
quick.
yeah.
You bought it quick. So I had buyers go. I had a couple offers at like 310. I had the offers at like 50,000. You know, like
Yeah.
all those offers. And then I had some offers at like 310, 315. And I was like, I'll wait to hear back like 317. That's what I sent it out for. And then you came back and you're like, I want it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so another thing too that always gets me is that if you're willing to offer 315,
Yeah, come on, just come
Just
on to
give them
317.
317.
Just give me
Yeah.
the 317.
So it
Because they would have
happens.
taken it.
Exactly.
You know? They would have had it.
so I've actually learned there's actually a lot of psychology in the reason why people offer the numbers that they do. People are always looking for a deal, right? No matter what it is, you could be like, I'll sell this house $10. They'll be like, I'll give you $850.
Yeah.
Like it's still not enough. People
Yeah.
always want a better and better deal.
Yeah.
But if you realize I'm gonna make good money, allow everyone else to make good money too.
Yeah.
Everybody
wins.
eats.
Everybody
exactly.
eats.
Everyone
Yeah.
eats. Everyone wins.
Everybody's happy. Seller was happy. They, walked with
Yeah.
$300,000. I made my money. He's getting like a really cool project that he's gonna keep
Exactly.
for however long, and then I get to make a video about it. But yeah,
We get to share content,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So yeah, bro.
Man, that was dope. Thank you for
This is a
having me
cool
on this
video.
thing. Yeah, man,
Thanks for
of course.
watching. Make sure you subscribe. We already said that, but make sure you do it. And we'll do a part 2
Yeah,
of
this
this
exactly.
later on.
This is
Yeah.
only part 1. Stay tuned for the next one. It's
All right.
gonna be even better.
I think that was good.